Welcome to the Friday morning edition of the Sack Lunch Show. It's a beautiful Friday, March 6th, and we are broadcasting live from downright gorgeous Bainbridge, Georgia, on the banks of the overflowing Flint River.
Right.
There we go.
There it is.
This is the Sack Lunch Show. Thank you so very much for tuning in on the Flint Media family of radio stations. We are presented by David White and the gang at Cook's Appliance Services, the Bonnie Blue House, Dean Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, H&R Block in Bainbridge, Donaldsonville, and Blakely, ABAC at Bainbridge, Stewart Auto Parts, B3 Property Management, United Rentals, and the Nomad Nurse.
And don't forget Bell Payne Attorneys at Law, Brownlee Glass Company, Carter's Fried Chicken, home of the D-Bone, Dr. Homer Breckenridge III, Hadaway Ford, Bernie's Transmission Specialist, and Home Stone
Center.
That's so wrong. Stone's Home Centers. Oh, my goodness, sorry.
We're also brought to you by Specialty Auto, Bainbridge DUI School, Dixie Dandy, Southern Harvest Equipment, which, by the way, quick little note about Southern Harvest Equipment.
Okay.
First of all, they have a spring cleanup special, so it's about time to get that lawnmower out.
Oh, yeah.
It's been sitting for 2 or 3 months at least, right?
Cobwebs on it.
You need a good service.
Right.
Maybe the carburetor's all jacked up. It's all gummed up and all that. They got a spring service special going on right now, like $125 to get you rolling, baby.
Cool.
And they've got select 2019 models still there that they want you to make an offer on. Southern Harvest Equipment, Wigan Dairy Road in Bainbridge. Mitchell County, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. CNR Parts and Auto Body. And speaking of lawnmowers, how about my friend Cole at South Georgia Motorsports, Dothan Road in West Bainbridge?
Absolutely. And don't forget New South Roofing, Grassy Cuts, Seminole Hydraulics, the law offices of Silvers Ambrose, Linquist & Co. Winning cases is no accident. Westwood Schools, Hills Stump Grinding, Lane's Medical Shop, and Studio Tees.
That's right. Ryan and I have been back there printing koozies all morning.
Oh, yeah.
And they're cute.
They look good, too.
They do good. They look real good. I like the camo.
If you need koozies printed for your event or your business, we got you covered at Studio Tees, 229-400-9656. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and online at studiotees.net. Well, we'll be broadcasting live this afternoon from 4 to 6 at the Ward Davis concert. Johnny, tell us all. This is a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's a humongous deal. Ward Davis, reading his bio, learned a lot of things about him. Had a bunch of hits. But Ward Davis is going to be live in concert tonight at 6 o'clock.
This tonight,
yeah.
Not that tonight.
Not tonight. Tonight at 6 o'clock, their special guest is going to be Tobacco Road. They'll be opening up for him. That is tonight at Grady Cultural Center there in Cairo. Tickets are still available at warddavismusic.com. You can still pick them up and print out your little ticket. $20 in advance, $25 at the door, or you can swing by the city of Cairo, and Miss Alyssa will help you out.
Johnny, if you're not entirely sure, where is the Grady Cultural Center? If somebody's listening and they want to go, but they're not exactly sure where that concert is, maybe they're from Bainbridge or Mitchell County or somewhere like that, where's the Grady Cultural Center?
The Grady Cultural Center is at 101 First Street, Northwest, there in Cairo, Georgia. You don't want to miss it. That's 101 First Street, Northwest in Cairo, Georgia, 39828.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, we're also going to be broadcasting live next weekend at Rivertown Days 2020.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's a Saturday and Sunday deal. We'll be broadcasting live from 10 a.m. to noon on that Saturday. I had a friend ask me, said, are you going to Rivertown Days? I said, yeah, I'm going to Rivertown Days. First, I'm going to be working. Yeah. But then second of all, it's a great way for my kids to have a blast.
Cheap blast.
$15. They can ride anything they want to.
All day.
As many times as they want to.
Just turn around and get back in line.
I'm going to wear them out.
There you go.
And then I'm going to take them home.
That's a good plan of a parent.
And they're going to sleep all night long. Rivertown Days 2020. You can go online to rivertowndays.com. Very cool website they've got set up. Oh, cool. Check them out next Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and 15th, a week from tomorrow.
Sweet.
Rivertown Days 2020. And
I'm
then
excited.
Friday, March 20th, it's the Boots and Roots Rodeo, as we'll be broadcasting live from 4:30 to 6:30, eating hamburgers.
Boy, they were good last year.
Man.
I remember, the one thing I specifically remember was the glass of sweet tea is the best one I ever had.
I'm telling you.
It was good.
It's a fully sanctioned rodeo.
It is.
This ain't just Jay Bird and his buddies out there.
Get on that horse, right?
No, this is the real cowboys.
It's a real
These are real cowboys at the Boots and Roots Rodeo. It's going to be a blast. That's Friday, March 20th. We'll be broadcasting live from 4:30 to 6:30. And then Peanut Proud is Saturday, March 28th on Court Square in Blakely. And then Saturday, April 4th, the very first Saturday in April, it's the Thomasville Artifact Show at the Conference Center at Southern Regional Technical College. Now, this is the Saturday before Easter weekend.
Yes.
So Easter weekend is the next weekend,
Saturday.
right?
Right.
This will be the first Easter egg hunt of the year for your kids. You can bring them out for a free Easter egg hunt where they'll find real arrowheads in little plastic Easter eggs.
Sweet.
And then they get into the arrowhead show for free.
Right.
Like, adult admission is just $5.
I mean, come on now.
It's the Thomasville Artifact Show at the Conference Center at Southern Regional Technical College right there in Thomasville. For more information, you can go to flint-life.
And somebody kept asking me last night. I ate with my cousin, best friend I hadn't seen in a long time, and ate lunch, and he's like, "Hey man, you guys doing that Arrowhead show?" It forgot. It slipped me for a minute. I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Oh yeah, the one in Thomasville." He said, "Yeah, my daughter's been talking about that. She wants to find some arrowheads." Because I guess he rides in the car with her in the afternoon or right now. He said, "My daughter wants to find some arrowheads." So I guess they do that together. So
she can find arrowheads.
That's what I said. Yeah, I said,
well, Easter egg hunt.
There you go.
At the Thomasville Artifact Show at the Conference Center at Southern Regional Technical College. Ryan, you feel good today?
I do.
You got the YouTube link up and rolling?
I do. You can watch it right on the website.
SWIGALive.com.
SWIGALive.com.
Go to SWIGALive.com. You can watch the YouTube link. You can see Johnny. Johnny's dressed up today.
He is. He looks.
Well, boys, when you go to a rodeo, go to a concert, I'll be dressed like this next week.
All it needs.
I'm participating next week.
All it needs is a cowboy hat.
Oh, I'm gonna get one. No, probably not.
You go 10-gallon hat.
Hey, man, you don't realize a lot of Spanish peoples are cowboys.
That's true.
The rancheros.
I'm telling you something.
Yeah.
You find more Spanish cowboys than you will. I'm telling you.
You will. That's true.
They are. So don't mess.
Are there Puerto Rican cowboys?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? In Puerto Rico or in Miami?
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would be surprised that the country music scene is bigger in Miami than it is in Georgia. I promise you. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. And
the whole state of Georgia?
I mean, not the whole state, but you know what I mean.
A Latin.
It's a Latin country,
yeah.
but they are, they're farmers.
Yeah.
All these guys are farmers, but they're Spanish farmers. I guess.
Okay.
But they listen to it's a country song or type of country music.
It's
but
just in Spanish.
It's just in Spanish.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Oh yeah, it's big time. I mean, it's
I'll tell you a funny story about Spanish music. So we used to have this little piece of hunting land in the south end of Decatur County.
Okay.
And it was a pretty good hunting spot the first year.
Right.
We had deer and hogs and turkeys.
Wow.
It was a decent little spot. You don't typically want hogs on your hunting land because they'll end up ruining it.
Ruin your whole property.
But it was okay because they didn't overrun the property. And on days when you didn't see deer, you might see hogs.
Yeah.
And you can still shoot a hog and eat it. So that part was cool. But that first year we had it, I shot a doe and a couple of hogs that year.
Right.
And I passed up a big buck. I should have shot him, but I didn't. But long story short.
That means he missed.
No, I didn't shoot. I should have shot, but I didn't shoot. It was late one afternoon, and I wasn't entirely sure how big he was.
Right.
And he walked by my trail camera, like after I passed him up, and I saw the picture of him. I'm like, oh man, I should have shot him. But long story short, the next year, this little piece of property was next to this field that was farmed. The first year, it had cabbage in it.
Ooh.
And deer don't really like cabbage, but it's like, okay, whatever.
But hogs do.
The second year, it had tomatoes in it.
Ooh.
Well, deer really don't like tomatoes.
Yeah.
Okay? So that didn't help the deer hunting.
No.
But what really hurt the deer hunting was the workers out there in the field literally playing Spanish music, blaring from the van that was parked on the side of the field. So I'm sitting in the deer stand. The
deer's going.
And I'm going, So I thought, well, when it cools off, they'll be done harvesting tomatoes and all of that. Well, they were.
Oh no, it comes back something else.
No, it was across the woods from there. There was another field that had been a peanut field. Well, it turns out that it was after it had been harvested, it was now a dove field.
Oh.
So I had a dove shoot going on.
That's great.
Blaring rap music. So I had rap music in November, or whenever dove season is, and then October I had
Mexican
La Cucaracha.
Gotcha.
So I think what it turned out was the deer are probably like country music fans.
Yeah, they are.
And they just didn't like the music that was being played out there that year because I didn't see anything. Had a real good first year.
Mexican tomato picking music.
It wasn't great.
Oh man, I tell you what though, I a couple buddies of mine from Savannah. They're all Mexican and Latino guys, and they do drywall. And I told him, I said, could y'all work without the music? He said, no, Mr. John, we cannot do this. I said, so what does it do? He said, they just get into it. I mean, have you ever seen those guys come into a place,
and work?
It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's pretty amazing because they'll get it done within seconds. I mean, they're in and out. So,
it's time for your Southwest Georgia area news, driven by Action GM on Highway 84 East in Bainbridge, where you can save up to $8,000 on a new Yukon Denali. You can also finance for free, 0% financing for 72 months right now at Action GM, Southwest Georgia's favorite neighbor. All right, I got bad news. The Flint River is going to continue to rise, and it will reach historic flood levels. Now, I'm not trying to be a fearmonger. That's a real thing. Some people thrive on telling people all the bad news and how awful it's going to be and all of that. Absolutely. I'm not trying to go there.
Yeah, no.
But I'm just relaying this information.
Right.
Okay? According to the National Weather Service. Okay. That's pretty reliable information.
Yeah, pretty spot on.
Okay? According to the National Weather Service, as of today is Friday, the river is currently around 23 and a half feet.
Wow.
Flood stage is 25. Okay? We're going to reach flood stage by tonight.
Really?
According to the National Weather Service.
Wow.
And it will continue to rise to 33.6 feet by Monday evening.
What's the highest? 32?
Do what?
The highest is 32?
No, the highest, it can get.
I think it was 40. Wasn't it 40-something the highest?
Well, I'm going to give you the historic crest in a minute.
Holy moly.
Let me tell you what 33.6 feet looks like. Okay? At 34 feet, on the east bank of the Flint River, north of Forest Lane.
All right.
You know where Forest Lane is?
Yep.
East River Road will begin to flood.
Really?
Wow.
The road becomes impassable at 34 feet.
Oh, wow.
They're projecting it to get to 33.6 by Monday evening. Significant flooding occurs at Alberta Crate.
Yeah.
Water begins to flood homes near the 600 block of Newton Road.
Wow.
And these impacts can increase in severity based on the levels in the Big Slough and Twin Lakes.
Yeah, because I live right around the corner from the Big Slough.
Now, let me just go ahead and give you some historic crest. Okay? As we know, 1994 is the worst one in recent memory.
Right.
94, we got to 37.2.
Wow.
Okay? We're not close to that yet.
Yeah.
We're still 4.
Yeah.
Maybe even 4.5 feet from that.
Right.
Okay? That's good news.
Yes.
98 was 34.65. Okay? According to this, 33.6 by Monday evening. So we're still a foot below 1998 levels. Yep. Okay? That's still good news, right? But this will be the worst flood since 1998.
Wow.
If we get there. Because 98 was 34.65 feet. The highest we've gotten since 98 was 2009 when we got to 30.91 feet. So we're going to be 2 to 3 feet over 2009. Wow. 2009 was significant. I don't remember there really being any homes damaged in 2009.
I don't remember that either.
But the river was up.
Yeah, I remember.
And it was moving.
Yeah, it was flying.
This is going to be, 2009 was 30.91 feet. This is going to be 2.5 to 3 feet higher than that.
Wow. Did I hear that the new dock that was just built is gone?
I don't know if it's gone. It's underwater.
He said it was just mangled up or something.
It may be. That. Well, you got to remember.
Yeah.
They were probably built to when it floods to,
I would hope so.
The infrastructure part of the dock to remain, but then the other pieces of the dock would be washed off. That's what happens.
Right.
You can't build a house.
You can't.
To withstand,
water will get you.
Water's going to, if the river wants to rise.
Oh, it will. Yeah, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Ain't a whole lot you can do. You can put sandbags out.
Yeah, but that ain't all it's going to do is slow it down just a hair.
Stuff like that. But
it ain't going to stop it.
now, this could change. The good news is that the National Weather Service is constantly updating, and they may say, well, it looks like it ain't going to be so bad.
Good.
You know what I mean? They
Right.
could say that.
Give me the worst case scenario first. That way, if it's not that, then I know what to expect.
Yeah.
I'd rather have it like that. Give me the bad news first.
Now, I have seen reports that 33.6 may be on the high side.
Right.
The Weather Service is constantly updating.
Right.
I did see a report this morning that it was possible we might just get into the 32s.
Okay.
So
that'll work.
either way, we're going to be well over 30 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Which will be in the top 10. It'll be the worst flood since 2009. So
be prepared, folks.
yeah, be prepared. Unfortunately, I mean there's only so much you can do.
What really can you do? Other than just
you
wait till it goes down.
You can secure your belongings.
Get
in
your
your
stuff
yard.
out,
You can get
put your stuff up higher. Or,
you can try to use sandbags to help. A little bit.
I just remember the one in '98. When I worked at MediaCom at the time, just digging. We were helping putting sandbags up all out there. Faceville Highway area, all those houses on the on the lake or on the river or whatever. Yeah, just dipping sandbags.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the best thing we can do is just pray.
Yeah,
I mean that really is the best thing. I mean, because the only person, and that's probably not the right term,
right?
But that can do anything about the river rising.
Right.
Yeah, the only one that can do anything about the river rising is the man who made it.
Yeah, who told it to rise.
That's right. So we could pray about it.
Right.
And that'll help.
Right.
But
he's got a significance for this somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to believe that God said, "Oh, we need to wash this out."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna cause a little flood. Don't worry.
He promised to never flood the whole world.
Yes, I was just
again.
getting ready to say that. Don't worry, we're not all going to pass away from this one.
Yeah, he promised that he'd never do that again.
And he's a man of his word.
Yeah. Tonight's weather is going to be nice, clear, low around 37 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 63.
Boy, that's straight from heaven.
That's going to be beautiful.
That's a heavenly day.
Sunday might be better. Sunny with a high near 69.
Well, that's church day, so it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Monday's kind of it's getting more.
Monday's.
It's getting a little warm. Mostly sunny with a high near 74.
Oh.
Tuesday,
yes.
30% chance of rain with a high near 75. Wednesday, 30% high near 79. Thursday, 20% high near 78.
I smell the spring.
Speaking of flood levels, want to let you know about Spring Creek. It's not just the Flint that could flood, right? The Spring Creek flood levels, the historic crest for Spring Creek near Iron City, the highest it ever got was 98, actually. It got higher in 98 than it did in 94. In 98, it got at 24.4 feet.
Wow.
2009, remember that flood we talked about a few minutes ago? The historic crest for Spring Creek, 20.75 feet. Just for reference, in 94, it only got to 19.95 feet. The recent crest for Spring Creek in December of 2018, it got to 17.9. Right now, it's only projected to get to 16.1.
Okay.
So Spring Creek's not expected to be
It's going to be in the banks,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be in your house. Well, hopefully not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see here. From Valdosta and WCTV, a man was arrested Wednesday at a Valdosta motel for human sex trafficking across the Georgia-Florida line.
Woo.
Deputies with the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office say the 28-year-old suspect, Javaris Raydell Ware, was holding women against their will.
Boy.
Forcing them into sex and making them sell drugs. Investigators interviewed two of his victims inside the hotel room. The victims told authorities they were threatened with a knife. According to Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk, he held every one of them at knife point and said, "I'll cut your head off if you don't do this." Pretty violent. An undercover investigator tells WCTV they also found several drugs during the arrest, including methcathinone. That sounds like
something new to me.
a blend of
Meth and a catheter.
it's spelled methcathinone. Methcathinone.
Methcathinone. I don't know.
They also found cocaine, methamphetamine, prescription pills, and more. He was taken to the Lowndes County Jail where he's charged with human trafficking of persons for labor or sexual servitude.
That right there makes my stomach hurt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I could just. Don't put him in the room with those fathers. That's all I can tell you.
That's right.
Because if he does, he may not make it out.
How about some good news?
Hey, there we go.
The city of Cairo recently received a grant from the Georgia Recreational Trails Program.
Sweet.
Senator Dean Burke announced yesterday that the Southern Terrace Park Trails Program has been selected by the Federal Highway Administration to receive funding for the Georgia Recreational Trails Grant. Upon approval, the Southern Terrace Park Trail Project will be awarded $200,000 around the fall of this year. I've got a little bit of familiarity with this program.
Right.
To give you some reference, the Nature Trail down at the Earl May Boat Basin was partially funded by a grant.
Right.
The River Walk that was, the lights that are along the river and the little gravel path and all that, the bridge that they just put up over the canal there at the boat basin, partially funded through federal grant money.
Cool.
And through the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So this is a cool program that they do. It's done nationwide.
Right.
And they distribute certain amounts of money to the states.
Okay.
And then the state decides where the money goes.
Right.
And so in this case, a lot of times the argument is, well, if the state gets to decide, then it's all going to end up in Atlanta.
Right.
Right? Well, thankfully, that's not always the case.
Right.
The state House of Representatives and the state Senate helps decide where it goes. And so, a lot of times your local legislators, like Dean Burke in this case, push hard to get that money back to their district. And that's exactly what happened here. Cairo is receiving $200,000 in that Georgia Recreational Trails Program.
That's why you vote your local folks in, man.
Well, that's why you want representation from a local person.
Area. Right, exactly. I'm with you.
At the state and national level. So the Sack Lunch Show, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show, 1037 on your Friday, March 6th. It almost feels like a game day.
It does, don't it?
You know, it's a kind of cool morning.
I just thought about that. Yeah,
we got this Ward Davis concert tonight in Cairo.
Feels like game day. Good analogy.
It's Friday.
Right? It's night game night.
It's payday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shh, don't say that too loud. Somebody might be listening.
That's why Rod's still hanging out.
Right. He gone.
So, would you worry if your superstar, former Rookie of the Year, former or $100 million man was batting 2 for 19?
Yeah, I'd be pretty
spring
upset.
Training.
Oh, he would definitely be in the batting pit, bull. You know.
In the bullpen? You gonna move him to the bullpen?
You might as well because he ain't doing nothing at the plate.
Ronald Acuna is 2 for 19 through 7 games with the Braves so far in spring training.
Wow. I would have never thought that.
According to the Braves hitting coach, he said, "I'm not worried about Acuna because in 2018 when he was Rookie of the Year, the guy hit 293 with 18 home runs and was clutch. Nobody was worried about what it was going to be. He comes back last year and was better. Why are you worried about Ronald Acuna?"
Ooh, well, sorry there, Mr. Batting Coach. Didn't mean to ruffle up your feathers there, buddy.
I'm not worried about Ronald Acuna going 2 for 19 in spring training. You know why? Because I know Ronald Acuna.
He's going to set it off.
Can hit the baseball.
Yeah, he can hit.
Now, every hitter, no matter the stage, no matter the talent level, no matter, they're going to go through slumps.
Slump is a part of it.
I've heard baseball described as this. It's a game of failure, especially at the plate.
Yes.
In the field, it's not. But at the plate, baseball is a game of failure. If you hit the ball 1 out of 3 times, you've had a productive day. That means you got out twice.
Fairly successful day at the plate. I'll give you that one.
If you're a career 300 hitter, that means you got to hit 3 out of 10 at bats.
Yeah, every time.
That means you got out 7 out of 10 at bats, right? So baseball is a game of failure.
Yeah.
At the plate, at least. So you're going to go through stretches where you don't hit the ball consistently.
Yeah.
You know, even in other sports. I mean, if you look at basketball, for example. I mean, Michael Jordan went through stretches where he couldn't buy a basket. Now, he might shoot it 50 times
he's gonna
to break out of his slump.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, you go through stretches where you just, I mean, do you remember Chuck Knobloch?
Yeah,
I mean, everybody knew Chuck Knobloch.
Yeah.
He was a all-star second baseman until he wasn't.
Right.
Remember that?
It's almost like he was just gone.
He couldn't throw it to first base.
I know.
Do you remember?
Yeah,
he couldn't throw it to first base from second base. And he was an all-star Major League Baseball player.
Right.
Now, unfortunately for him, it was at the end of his career.
Yeah, of course.
So he didn't really have time to work out of it.
Nah.
Eventually, he was just like, well, whatever, man.
I'll be an Allen.
Yeah.
Analyzer.
Ronald Acuna, he's in his 3rd year in the majors.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's what, 21?
If he's even 21.
21, yeah.
I'm not even.
He may even be 21.
I think he's 21 now.
Yeah.
The bottom line is Ronald Acuna is going to be just fine.
I promise.
Now, if Ronald Acuna is 2 for 19
at the end of the season
because he's got a knee injury, or his shoulder's bothering him, or he broke his left pinky finger or something like that, then you can worry.
That's still good though. With a broke something, you still hitting in the twos?
Well, my point is,
take it.
If he's injured,
then he has an excuse.
Then you can worry, because you have to ask yourself, well, how long will he be injured? Will he get back to himself? If it's just a slump. Or if he's just not really taking it seriously,
maybe he's just not into spring training baseball like the rest of us.
I mean, I'd like for him to take it seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the reasons, like him or love him, that LeBron James is still the player he is.
Oh, yeah.
At age 35, which is old for an NBA player, especially when you consider he came in at 18. One of the reasons he still could possibly win the MVP this year is because of how serious he takes everything. I mean, his conditioning, his diet, everything he does, he takes it seriously. So I don't know why Ronald Acuna is 2 for 19. It could just be that he just hadn't found his groove yet.
Right.
But if he's 2 for 19 because he's not taking spring training seriously, come on, man. Can you please take it seriously?
I mean,
But truthfully, what I really want you to take seriously is opening day.
Yeah, from here on out.
All the way into the playoffs.
Until the series starts.
It's kind of like Allen Iverson. Was it Allen Iverson?
Practice.
What
you talking about? We talking about practice.
Yeah. We're not talking about the game.
That's what he said. We're not talking about the game. We're talking about practice, man.
But now at the same time,
it is practice.
It's part of it. One of the reasons Deion Sanders was great is because he was the best practice player there was.
He practiced like he was in the game.
He took every rep seriously.
He did.
So there's a fine line to be drawn there. Like ultimately all that really matters is the performance in the regular season and the postseason games.
Right.
But a lot of times the way you practice and the way you participate in spring training carries over into those things. So
and I look at spring training like, this is the part where this is where we get good games in, or decent games in. We're trying out our new guys, and we're putting our our seasoned guys in there to get them some reps and get them some time to loosen up and get out there in game situations. We used to do it all the time before the season, even with little kids. We'd schedule scrimmage games all over the state.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have scrimmage games. That was the best kind of practice.
I mean, the kids loved. When I said scrimmage, if I said we had practice, they'd be like, oh, coach, man. I was like, hey, we're going to go scrimmage over in another town. Yeah, we're going to kill it. I'm like, all right, well, that's all it takes, and hey, we're good.
Yeah.
So we'd load them up and take them out. It was a whole day. It was fun.
Man, I used to love scrimmage games.
Man, me too.
Even when I was like a ninth grader, and we would have to scrimmage the JV, and very rarely the varsity.
Right.
But if we were JV scrimmaging the varsity, you pretty much knew you weren't going to win.
Right.
Otherwise, you'd be playing varsity.
Right.
But the fun was just the game itself.
Yeah, man.
I mean, even if you knew, you wanted to win.
Right.
But even if you knew you weren't going to.
Oh, yeah.
You get to play.
Yeah, man. You're out there playing.
I was thinking about it this morning, and y'all tell me what you think about this. Baseball is a kid's game.
Oh, yeah.
There are no adults besides those in the major leagues that can play baseball.
Right.
So what I mean by that is you can have a pickup basketball game at the Y.
Anywhere.
You can go down here to the Y right now and,
you can go to the end of the cul-de-sac and play a pickup game.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You might even get outside and have a little, touch football thing, at Thanksgiving with your family or something like that. You get to play that game a little bit. But with baseball, maybe you get to go to the batting cages.
Well, if there's, it's hard to bunch up.
You can't get
9
people.
9 people on both sides to,
It's a young man's game. It's the game. Here I am, 35. I have not played a game of baseball in 17
years. I
years.
Guarantee you. Unless you play, if you're a softball player, but it ain't the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Like I said, you can go to the batting cage.
Oh, yeah.
You can go out there and take ground balls with your kids or with your friends or, something like that, or throw the ball around a little bit. Maybe even take some BP, if you want to go.
Yeah, to the field. Yeah. And that's what we always had to do.
But it's not a game that you can just get up.
It's not a pickup game.
It's
definitely not a pickup.
And I think a lot of times baseball dads, for example.
Right.
So what I will be hopefully one day.
You will.
A baseball dad. I find the joy now in watching others play the game.
Oh, man, I love it. Especially Little League.
I didn't enjoy watching others play the game when I was a kid because I wanted to be out there playing.
Right.
But now I don't have that opportunity unless, like I say, I'm going to go to the batting cage or something.
Right.
And by the way, when was the last time you were in a batting cage?
Dude, I would throw my back out so far right now. That jugger would end up in another county. I'm telling you. It's been a while. You know what? It's been about 4 years ago. I went on a date to the batting cage.
How'd you do?
I did better than she did.
How did you do relative to your expectations?
Fair. It wasn't nothing to write home about. I hit the ball.
You didn't embarrass yourself?
No. Lord, no. I was determined. If I had to go down to the 55-mile-an-hour pitching machine, but I was in the 70-mile-an-hoar pitching machine.
And you were hitting it.
I was hitting it, but it was going right field. I was late, but I was hitting it. That's what I said. I don't care. I said, did I get the bat on the ball? Was he on third? So then I hit it to right field.
You were trying to hit it to right field, Johnny?
That's what I told him. I said, hey, man, it's part of the thing.
You were working on your oppo power.
Ball's pitched 6 miles inside. You hitting it to right field because you scooting out the way, trying not to get hit by the pitching machine. But, yeah, we actually, I still have a coin from that date. that you're supposed to put in the
Must have been
machine.
pretty special.
Nah. Nah. It used to be.
Ryan, when was the last time you were in a batting cage?
I don't think I've ever been in a batting
What?
Really? You didn't play baseball growing up?
I played t-ball.
Okay, so you didn't play baseball.
He never been in a batting
Yeah.
cage?
Nah.
We got to take him to
The last time I was in a batting cage was when I was in college.
And it's probably the same batting cage I went to because it was in Tallahassee where I went.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
I graduated from college in 2008, Johnny. It's 2020.
20.
Ryan was still in
I was
Ray
elementary
wasn't even
school.
born.
I was 9.
He was not
He was in 4th grade.
trying to spell bat. Bat. B-A-T.
Ryan, you were really in 4th grade when I
Yeah.
graduated college?
He
Yeah.
sure was.
Man.
I was married. You were born.
Y'all are some old geezers.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for rubbing that in. A little salt in the wound, brother. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you're welcome.
Yeah, no problem.
What you doing there, Johnny?
I just
You got some background noise?
Yeah, this thing here is sticking on the thing.
Okay, so would you guys rather talk about proposed rule changes in college football or
Sure.
which college football coaches are on the hot seat? We'll carry one over to the next segment.
Oh, let's do the hot seat.
You want to do the hot seat now?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's look at the ACC. Let's start with the
All right.
ACC, okay?
Who's
I got
getting fired?
I got the ACC and the SEC.
All right.
They're ranked from coolest to hottest,
All right, cool.
okay? So the coolest seat
Okay.
in the ACC, it's real easy. It's
All right.
Dabo Swinney.
That, yeah.
He ain't getting fired,
No,
okay?
No,
Dabo's
probably
good.
not.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
According to this list from collegefootballnews.com, the second coolest seat is Bronco Mendenhall at Virginia. Remember, he just took his team to the
Yeah.
ACC
Yeah.
championship game. Then is Jeff Hafley at Boston College. You know why he's on the third coolest seat? Because he just got there, okay?
Because he hadn't had
literally-
time yet.
He hasn't coached a game. Scott Satterfield
He's
at
lucky.
Louisville is 11th. Dave Clawson at Wake Forest is 10th. Mac Brown at North Carolina is 9th. Mike Norvell at Florida State is 8th. Here's what it says. He'll get a very, 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 very short leash.
He's on a choker.
The good news for him is they just fired Willie Taggart. They're going to need a couple of years to get
They
over
got
that.
the money.
Right.
And
They
so
got
yeah,
money to
he's
fire.
got a couple of years.
Right.
Okay. Then David Cutcliffe at Duke. He's 72 and 79 overall at Duke. Okay. Jeff Collins at Georgia Tech. This will be year 2.
Yep.
Justin Fuente at Virginia Tech. Pat Narduzzi at Pitt. Dino Babers at Syracuse has got the third hottest seat. I would argue his is the hottest, but they've got him listed as number 3.
All right.
Dave Doran at NC State. Okay. He's 48 and 41 overall at NC State. And
Wow.
number 1, the hottest seat in all of the ACC,
All right.
Manny Diaz
Yeah.
at Miami. His team went 6 and 7 last year, but lost to FIU
Yeah.
and
at
got
the end.
shut out in their bowl game.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I don't think Manny's going to last.
I think NC State. What was his
Dave
name?
Doran?
I think he's the hottest. I, mean,
I
that
agree.
that was just like NC State's always been 8 and 4. something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And
And they've gone 4 and 8 twice.
Yeah,
and
that's-
Manny's recruited pretty good, so I was wondering. But I'm not surprised, though. I'm not saying that's going to shock me or anything. I know Manny's days are numbered. If he don't turn that thing around this year, he's a goner.
Yeah, I
Yeah, he's
think Manny Diaz was a Band-Aid to start with.
He was.
And
He was. He's just a
they were
Miami
kind of
kid.
hoping it would work
Yeah.
out. And so far, it hasn't.
Right.
All
Every
right.
time they've done that, it's never worked out.
I tell you what, let's do the SEC coaches when we come back from the break.
All righty then.
Hey, it's the Sack Lunch Show. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's 10:59 on your Friday, March 6th. Sorry, Chase. I can't, you
He
distracted
said the
me.
Sack Lunch Show. I like it.
Distracted me there, Chase.
You can't be distracting, man.
Right as I'm signing on the air. It's 10:59 on your Friday, March 6th. Let's get to the coaching hot seat in the SEC, shall we?
Right. Rap about a koozie. No, I'm just kidding. Freestyle on the koozie.
In case y'all didn't know, Chase is a freestyle rap genius.
I think him and Eminem. I think he would take Eminem right now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I
I
think-
mean, Eminem don't want none.
He don't.
Not right now.
Not a Chase.
Chase will embarrass him.
I'm talking about.
Make him
embarrass-
cry.
Yeah, absolutely. On national TV.
All right, let me predict the hottest seat in the SEC.
The hottest? All right, go for it.
Ed Ogeron.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he's
But-
hot, all right.
But believe it or not, he's not on the coolest seat.
Really? He's not. How is he not?
I know, right?
the coolest
He just
of the,
won a national
like,
championship.
Well,
And
because he's
Arkansas.
in the conference with Nick Saban.
There you go.
I mean, Alabama ain't firing Nick Saban.
Not he will
No, I
die
guess
there.
not.
Yeah, he will pass away there at Alabama.
But Nick Saban has gone 2 years without a national championship.
He has. That is true. Maybe the dynasty is crumbling.
And
I think it's going full Warriors this year.
he's 152-23. He's lost 23 games.
Nick has.
What a
No.
terrible coach.
What a
They
horrible
should fire him. And he
23
should
games. He's what? 100 and what?
move to Tallahassee.
Go the way of Vanderbilt.
Fire him in Alabama and Nick. By the way, we got a spot for you over here in Dallas.
He's 152-23. Nick Saban is at
152.
Alabama. Ed Orgeron is number 2 on this list.
All righty.
He is 40-9 at
49.
LSU, which is good. If he were to keep up this winning pace,
All right.
by the time he got to 160 wins, he would have 36 losses, which
Okay.
would be 13 more than Nick Saban currently has.
Mm.
Number 3 on this list, as
Okay.
far as the coolest
Right.
seat, Kirby Smart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's not being
Yep.
fired.
Right behind him, getting just a little warmer,
Okay.
number 11 in the conference, Mark Stoops
Stoopy.
at Kentucky. He's 44-44 at Kentucky.
Really?
You let him go. You let him
44
have a
and 40.
couple of losing seasons
Yeah, he's
in a
gone.
row,
He gone.
and all of a sudden, them folks at Kentucky will forget where they are and where they came from, and they'll be wanting to fire Mark Stoops.
Yeah, this ain't basketball.
on the
No,
rails.
This ain't basketball.
No.
You're right.
Run him out on the rail.
The next on the list is Dan Mullen at Florida. Yep.
Huh.
He's number 10, so he's comfortable there right now.
there. He's in midway.
Number 9 on the list is somebody who's not even coached a game yet. Not at least at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin. Then Sam Pittman.
Okay.
Now, it says something to me that Lane Kiffin's job, according to collegefootballnews.com, is safer than Sam Pittman's job at Arkansas. I don't know. I can't imagine. I guess what they're saying is Lane Kiffin will do a little bit better than Sam Pittman will,
You think?
so he'll keep his job a little bit longer. I guess
I
that's
don't
the prediction. By the way, if you can tell me without looking it up,
Gotcha.
the head coach at Missouri, I'll give you $100.
The head coach of
Right now.
Missouri.
I'll pull it out of my dad's wallet and give it to you. You got to tell me the head coach's name
I'm lost.
at Missouri.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh.
Mr. Mizzou? I don't know.
You're not going to get it.
No,
I'll give you $1,000.
No, I won't get it. Watch Ryan come
I'll
spit
give
that
you
joke.
his first name,
Watch Ryan spit that out.
Give me his first name.
Eli.
Manning. I don't know. You're broke. Never mind.
Eli Drinkwitz.
No, I didn't know.
Eli Drinkwitz. Where's he from?
I don't know.
He's from Saskatchewan. eh?
Because they fired the one guy.
They fired Barry
after
Odom.
the,
Yeah.
after the Georgia
Yeah.
game or something.
Yep, he went
yeah.
6-6.
That's right.
Yep, they fired him.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Drinkwitz. Drinkwitz.
Drinkowitz.
And there's no Kua. I think it's just Drinkwitz.
Drinkwitz.
Hello, Mr. Drinkwitz.
All right.
Coach
So,
Drinkwitz.
considering nobody knows his name,
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't know what the odds of him getting fired
Yeah.
are. I don't know.
No wonder he's 11.
Number 6 on this list is Mike Leach. Number 5,
Ah.
Gus Malzahn at Auburn. I would argue that his seat might be a little warmer only because it won't take much for them to fire him.
Right.
Like, he's done fine. He's done a good job. Not great, but pretty good job at Auburn. But you let him go 4-8. He's out of there.
He's totally
gone.
Yeah, he may not even make the season.
Yeah. I don't think they will, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You let him have a bad year.
If he's 4-8, he's gone. He's gone.
Number 4 on this list, Jeremy Pruitt at Tennessee.
Yeah.
He would have been much, much higher, except they finished the season on a 6-game winning streak. Now, keep in mind, they won 6 in a row to close out the year. His overall record at Tennessee is 12-12.
Really? Man, he's batting 500.
Derek Mason at Vanderbilt, he's 27-47.
Yeah, he's gone. He's smoking.
He's 10-38 in conference play.
He's got bladder fluid on him.
According to collegefootballnews.com, his seat is not as hot as Jimbo Fisher's at Texas A&M.
I can agree with that.
No.
Jimbo is 17-9 at Texas A&M. And here's the reason Jimbo's seat is warm. It's only warm.
Yeah,
it ain't hot.
It ain't hot.
Let's talk about why it's warm.
Because he's got some money there.
Because of what LSU just did.
Yeah.
LSU just went from a 9-3, 8-4 type team to undefeated national champions because of one player.
Yep.
And that's what the guys at Texas A&M are saying. They're like, wait a second. We understand that you're not Alabama yet.
Right.
Okay? We understand that you hadn't even reached the Clemson level yet, right?
For real.
But look at what LSU just did.
Right.
With Ed Orgeron as their head coach, who, by the way, before last season, nobody was talking about him being a great coach, right?
Nobody.
I like him a lot.
I love him.
But I don't think anybody's ever been talking about it.
Good Lord. It sound like.
But obviously he is because he went out and got Joe Brady, remember, passing game coordinator,
right?
And then went out and got Joe Burrow and put those two pieces together.
Oh, JoJo.
And you give Ed Orgeron credit for that, right? But what they're saying is like, wait a second. If Ed Orgeron can do that at LSU, you better do that at Texas A&M. By the way, Jimbo, you got a 10-year, $75 million fully guaranteed deal.
Yeah, you better be doing it.
You got to do better than 17-9.
You better believe it.
He will at some point.
I think he will.
I don't know if he'll do it this year.
Right. But he's had a tough schedule too now.
Yeah.
He plays a lot of tough teams.
Getting higher than 3rd.
You don't think so?
In the West. Well, you give them a Joe Burrow type.
Yeah.
And they could win the national championship.
You better believe it. I think so. Because Jimbo knows how to coach now.
I think Texas A&M and Florida right now are equal. I think if you put Joe Burrow on either one of those teams, they win the SEC.
Right.
At least.
I think so too, man.
I don't know if they win the national championship, but they win the SEC.
Right. I'll agree with you 100%.
Now that's just speaking to how good Joe Burrow was.
Right.
But, they're really just one elite player. That's like Auburn with Cam Newton. You know, it's
as soon as the check cleared.
Unfortunately for fans of teams in the ACC, it's like Clemson with, name your quarterback the last 10 years. You know what I mean? Or 8 years, however long it's been. It's Florida State with Jameis Winston. I hate to say it, but Jameis Winston made – there was a ton of talent around him, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
A ton of talent.
Yeah.
But does Florida State win the national championship with E.J. Manuel at quarterback in 2013?
No. Absolutely no.
Christian Ponder?
No.
Drew Weatherford?
Nope.
Xavier Lee?
Nope. Neither one of them.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
a whole different you get into a Burrow, it's a whole different elite athlete, man.
So
with mental capacity.
If Jimbo Fisher has the second hottest seat, according to collegefootballnews.com, who's left? We've gone through the entire conference.
South Carolina.
Will Muschamp at South Carolina.
He gone.
Will Muschamp saved his job by beating Georgia. Last year, right?
Right.
He's 26-25 in 4 years at South Carolina.
Man, that's horrible.
Do you remember what South Carolina was doing under Steve Spurrier?
Oh, yeah?
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They were perennially, annually, whatever you want to say,
right,
a 10-win team.
Yeah, they were yearly 10.
9 or 10. They were getting guys like Marcus Lattimore.
Right.
And Jadeveon Clowney.
Oh, yeah.
And those guys. Will Muschamp's a good coach. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a fine coach. But he ain't doing what Steve Spurrier was doing.
He sure ain't.
I hate to say it.
Yeah. Clowney was the real deal, son.
Marcus Lattimore was a
real
bad
deal.
man.
Yeah, he was too. Lattimore
Now,
was a bad
part
dude.
of the difference is that Georgia's much better now than they
Oh,
were
yeah.
when Spurrier was at South Carolina. Right?
Yeah, they are.
But Florida was pretty good back then.
True.
Remember?
Yeah, they were decent. Decent little team. Little team.
I don't know, man. I think probably the coach with the hottest seat is Gus Malzahn. And that's not because
Yeah.
he's done a bad job. It's just
Right.
because it won't take anything for them to
Yeah,
fire him. They'll just
he
be like,
could
oh, well,
sneeze
you
in
know.
the cafeteria, and they're probably gonna
Yeah.
want to fire him. So that's,
Yeah.
yeah, I know where you're at on that. You can tell though. You can tell the, the atmosphere of Auburn's like, all right, what's he gonna do? You can just kind of feel it with the, every press conference, everything else. You can tell.
Yeah. Well, and somebody will snatch him up.
Oh, I promise.
Probably somebody like,
Miami,
yeah.
we take him.
Eugh.
We'll take him, get us out of the hole. I don't know. We've got such a long way to go down there. It's just I didn't give up. Just throw my hands up.
It's the Sack Lunch Show. Second hour is coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show, 11:18 on your Friday, March 6th. We are presented by David White and the gang at Cook's Appliance Services, the Bonnie Blue House, Dean Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, H&R Block in Bainbridge, Donaldsonville, and Blakely, ABAC at Bainbridge, Stewart Auto Parts, B3 Property Management, my friend Brian Howell with United Rentals, and the Nomad Nurse.
And don't forget Bell Payne, Attorneys at Law, Brown Lee Glass Company, Carter's Fried Chicken, Dr. Homer Breckenridge III, Hadaway Ford, Bernie's Transmission Specialist, and Stone's Home Centers.
We're also brought to you by Specialty Auto, Bainbridge DUI School, Dixie Dandy, Southern Harvest Equipment, Mitchell County Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, CNR Parts and Auto Body, South Georgia Motorsports.
And don't forget New South Roofing, Grassy Cuts, Seminole Hydraulics, the law offices of Silvers Ambrose, Linkwist & Co., Westwood Schools, Hill Stump Grinding, Lane's Medical Shop, and Studio Tees.
Absolutely. It's time now for our favorite portion of the show. It's now time for Tell Me Something Good, brought to you by the law office of Silvers Ambrose, Linkwist & Co.
So any of y'all got a Gibson guitar?
Do I have a Gibson guitar? No.
Do you have one? No Gibsons? No Gibsons?
No.
Okay, well.
No, I'm more of a Stratocaster kind of guy.
Stratocaster guy. Well,
You know, there are Les Paul guys.
yeah.
There are Telecasters.
And then there
are
Gibson.
Stratocasters.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Strat.
He's a Strat. He's a Stratter. Well, since Nashville is notorious for being one of the most beloved music capitals of the United States, Gibson Guitars is providing a special kind of relief for musicians who may have lost their instruments or anything like that during the tornado last week. Devastating, actually, tornadoes. Gibson gives the International Guitar a charitable foundation. It's a charitable foundation is often offering to replace any guitars that any have lost or damaged during the storm.
Oh, cool.
So all of the, I guess
all the struggling artists
I
that
mean,
are trying
that's
to
what
make
I'm
it in
wondering. Is it all
Nashville.
the struggling artists? Is it everybody? So our goal is to get a guitar back into the hands of anyone. That's what I said. Anyone who's had their guitar damaged or destroyed in the recent Tennessee storm. It says that Dean Jarrett, the executive director of Gibson, gives a Nashville, Tennessee-based company, from where they're from, are also engaging with the artists and those that have lost, their guitars or their precious memories. I know a lot of people have their guitars that may have been passed down from generation to generation or whatever. So, I'm sure there's probably some sentimental value that's lost there that you can't replace. But the foundation has collectively donated more than $30 million worth of goods, guitars, strings, and different things, and they're going to continue to do that as well throughout this, I guess, the cleanup or whatever it takes. But I thought that was pretty cool. Gibson giving everybody back a guitar from Nashville who lost one. But I mean, do you have to have a receipt? Bought this in '95.
Have to be a Gibson.
Does it? Yeah, well, yeah, it has to be a Gibson. I'm sure. I think
Might
so.
not.
I mean,
Might not. They may want to put a Gibson in this dude's hand. He's been playing a Strat.
Right.
Here's a chance to give him a Gibson.
Give him a new guitar.
It's time now for your Southwest Georgia area news, driven by Action GM on Highway 84 East in Bainbridge, where you can finance for free, 0% financing for 72 months right now at Action GM, Southwest Georgia's favorite neighbor. Well, the latest update from the National Weather Service is good news.
All right.
The projected crest of the Flint River is lower than what they were saying last night.
Okay, good.
Last night and early this morning, they were projecting the river to get to 33.6 feet by Monday evening.
Right.
Now they're projecting that the river will get to 32.5 feet by Monday evening. Now, I expect this to change again.
Yeah.
It'll kind of fluctuate between now and then.
Right.
It could go higher.
Yeah.
Could go lower.
Right.
But at 32.5 feet, we're talking about a significant flood. At 33 feet, they say that the driveway for the skating rink and the adjacent hotel,
really,
that includes the boat basin area,
you won't be going over the bridge,
will flood. This could increase in severity based on the levels in the Big Slough and Twin Lakes.
You got me nervous now because I live right around the corner from the slough.
Well, the slough's not going to get all the way to your house.
Okay, good.
Nah.
Because, where I live is
you
the
live like
river's
a mile from the slough.
The river's like right across the street.
Yeah.
So.
What road is it?
I live on Liz Felty, but it's, I guess East River or whatever it's called.
Yeah. No, you're a good ways from the slough. You'll be fine.
Yeah, good. Okay, I'm good.
Now, there's used to be houses when you turn right onto Liz Felty off of East River Road,
Right.
There's houses on the left right there
right.
on the river.
Yeah.
And there used to be some a little bit farther down, closer to the slough.
Right.
They're not.
There no more.
There's a couple of them that flooded enough that they were finally like, oh,
we can't move back.
keep doing this. Yeah.
We got to quit.
So, yeah, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Now, I don't know if you'll be able to get to your house.
I was saying, I mean,
You might have to go down Veda Road and turn and go down.
May have to go to Meg's and come back.
Now, I don't know if you'll be able to go out East River or not. I think at 34 feet is when East River Road starts to flood.
Right.
So, All right, so the next news story here as we continue on throughout the second hour of the Sack Lunch Show. The Kinshafuni Creek and the Muckalee
I know where that's at.
are also projected to flood.
Really?
So we're looking at some floodwaters rising across southwest Georgia. In fact, Governor Brian Kemp has issued a state of emergency for South Georgia, for all South Georgia counties south of I-20.
Wow.
That's all of us.
I'm about to say, does that leave anybody out?
The state.
The whole state of Georgia.
By the way, if we get to 32.5 feet,
right,
which is what they're saying right now is the projected level of the Flint on Monday, if we get to 32.5, that's going to put us in the top 10 all time. It would tie us for 1944 and 1928.
Wow.
There were floods in 44 and 28 that reached 32.5 feet.
Right.
They are currently the 7th and 8th worst floods here in Bainbridge.
That's pre-dam.
That was pre-dam.
Yeah, before the dam.
So this would be the third worst flood. I'm sorry, the fourth worst since the dam was built. In 1964, we got to 34.7. In 1994, we got to 37.2. And in 1998, we got to 34.65. So this would be the worst flood since 1998.
Right.
Means it's going to supersede the 2009 version.
Right.
Right. There's going to be water all over the place.
Yeah, there's going to be water everywhere. So, like we said yesterday, if you see a water over the road, don't drive through it. Because that road may not be there anymore.
Turn around, don't drown.
Yeah, turn around.
You've seen some of the washouts
right.
that have happened like over in Wilcox County. And
yeah.
We got enough rain. We got enough water.
Yeah. Let's distribute it out to where it needs to go.
Yeah. It's the Sack Lunch Show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show, 11:34 on your Friday, March 6th. You guys want to hear some proposed college football rule changes?
Sure. Why not? Tell us.
You don't sound excited, Johnny.
Yeah, I do. I am.
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not?
Tell us.
Tell us what's going on.
The NCAA Football Rules Committee has recommended changes for the 2020 season, including limiting replay reviews to 2 minutes.
What?
Thank you, Lord.
Jesus.
There is never any circumstance where it should take more than 2 minutes to decide whether or not he fumbled the ball.
Right.
Or whatever it is that they're reviewing. I mean, us at home on television, the completely uneducated college football fan can tell within 10 seconds of seeing the replay whether or not it was a catch or whatever.
Pretty much tell in real time when you're watching it. Oh, he dropped it. No, he did. Yeah,
I mean, the other day, now this is going to be a Florida State reference, but in the Florida State basketball game the other night, the Clemson game, there was an 8-minute review.
Wow.
8 minutes in basketball.
That's half a game.
And it was because of an inadvertent whistle.
What?
They ended up saying, sorry.
My bad.
8 minutes. It also negated a breakaway dunk that would have potentially been the game winner for Florida State, but whatever. The point is, there should never be a prolonged and protracted review process.
That's 8 minutes?
It was at the last.
It was the next to last play, so there was like 13 seconds left. Trent Forrest gets a steal, breaks away, gets a dunk, and there was an inadvertent whistle blown, and they waved off the dunk and all that. Florida State ended up scoring, but then Clemson got the ball after that and ended up going down and winning the game, but still.
That's like the most important part. You got to let the last minute play out.
Thank you. So they limit the proposed rule would limit replay reviews to 2 minutes and allow players ejected for targeting to stay on the sidelines. So you get ejected from the game, but you can't play anymore, but you can stay on the sidelines. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I mean,
especially if that particular player was malicious in his intent or if he's just being a problem.
Yeah. Most of the time it's pretty malicious.
Well,
but then a lot of times it's just
I mean, there are some BS calls. For sure.
There are also a couple of other rules that have been proposed, including limiting duplicate jersey numbers to 2 players per team. Who cares?
Yeah.
And this is one that makes sense. I didn't know this was a rule.
All right.
Limiting or beginning officials' jurisdiction of the game to 90 minutes beforehand as opposed to 60. So currently, an official only has jurisdiction 60 minutes before the game.
Okay.
So if there's 70 minutes before game time and the players are jawing at each other, then it's the coach's responsibility, I guess, to pull them apart.
Right.
The officials' jurisdiction starts at 60 minutes. They're proposing expanding that from 60 to 90 minutes.
30 more minutes.
I don't know if I like it or dislike it, but
I mean,
isn't there another rule with the jerseys where now players can wear 0 or something?
Yes,
like
that was the other rule that has been proposed. Is it would allow players to wear the number 0, just a single 0.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody with a 0.
I remember in flag football you could have 2 zeros.
Yeah, Jalen had 2.
I think in basketball you can do 0 too.
I think you can. Yeah, I've never really gotten into the uniform number debate thing. Whatever.
Yeah. Jalen was double zeros because he was just bigger than everybody else. That's the reason why we put 2 big zeros on the back of his jersey.
I like the idea though of limiting the replay reviews to 2 minutes.
I'm in. Because if it's 8 minutes, that's a little.
If you can't figure it out,
man,
then just whatever the call on the field was.
Right. I mean, that's a videoed, slow-mode down. I mean, it shouldn't take you 8 minutes to figure it out.
Hello, caller, are you there?
Your business listing has not been claimed or verified.
Why not? Tell us why it hasn't.
Thought we were getting a bite.
I did too. Oh man, I think we've only had one cubicle bite that's went on with us, haven't we?
What cubicle?
Yeah, the guy in the cubicle.
Oh yeah.
That's what
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Talk about a cube. What?
16 players in Atlanta Braves spring training camp
Uh-oh.
have more than 2 hits so far.
Hey, good.
Ronald Acuna has 2.
He has
He's
2.
2 for 19 through
he's-
7 games.
He's in on the 2.
Yeah. I would call this non-news.
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't call it fake news
Well, yeah.
because it's true.
I mean, it's true. Right.
I wouldn't call it fake news.
But it's
Just unimportant.
Just not a big deal.
very low on the agenda poll.
Yeah. Speaking of what's becoming a big deal,
All right. Tell us.
but probably shouldn't be, at least in my humble, uneducated opinion,
My humble
is the public's response to the coronavirus.
Oh, Lord.
Now, I get it. We've talked about it on this show
Yes.
about how important it is to take things seriously.
Right.
You know, people have died
Yes, they have.
from the coronavirus.
Right.
So that's serious.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not like it's any more prevalent
Then the
than the flu or
Regular
anything like
flu.
that. Now, I'll say this. I think I understand this right. The percentage of people who get the disease
Okay.
or whatever it is, virus,
Yeah.
illness, whatever, the percentage of people that get it and die
Right.
is higher than with the flu. So the
Yeah.
death rate is higher
Yeah.
with the coronavirus than it is with the flu.
Right.
But part of that is because there are just so many people that have the flu,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But in an effort to, I guess, try to do the right thing,
True.
people are starting to be a little bit more leery about gathering in crowds.
Right.
Okay. Now I got a thing about crowds anyway.
Me too.
I don't really like a whole bunch of people all up on me.
I just don't like nobody coming up from behind me, and you know what I mean? I want to know who's there.
Well, I don't like people touching me.
Me either.
I don't want your sweaty arm on me at Disney World.
I don't want your sweaty arm. Are you breathing right here?
I don't.
I can't stand it.
I don't want our hips to touch.
No.
In the seats at the football game. I'd rather just
The
not go.
worst experience, Florida Gator Stadium. My entire life.
Everything about the Gators.
It was horrible.
bad.
The
Yeah.
horrible, worst stadium in the country.
Just
saying.
not a surprise.
But
Yeah.
all that being said, I mean, like if you're going to exist in the world,
You got to be around folks.
you got to be around other people.
True.
Unless you're going to be like a hermit.
Right, yeah.
Which it's crossed my mind before.
Hey,
But,
we've started constructing the bubble around my house, so
Yeah.
I just don't say nothing.
But some college basketball teams and other organizations are starting to take some pretty extreme measures. Right now in Italy,
Yeah.
they're going to have like 2 weeks where all the sporting events don't have any fans there. Seriously. Johns Hopkins basketball team, they announced Thursday night that the opening 2 rounds of the NCAA Division III men's basketball tournament will be held without spectators in Baltimore.
Wow.
Friday's games, first of all, hold on a second.
Right.
How many people do you think we're going to watch Yeshiva University versus Worcester Polytechnic Institute at 1 p.m. on Friday?
I had my ticket,
That's
but
a massive gap. What are you?
yeah.
ESPN. Right?
Yeah, I had a ticket, but
It was going to be followed by Penn State Harrisburg versus Johns Hopkins at 6.
We're in the big time, boys.
sounds like a hospital match.
The school is offering refunds to those who had purchased tickets. You get your $6
You
back.
get your $4.50 back in your koozie. Here you go. Oh man, yeah. I don't think I was gonna go to the John Hopkins, whatever game. I'm not going.
Well, this
was
is
gonna
just another example of a sporting event that's
Yeah.
not going to have anybody there to watch it.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how many people were planning on going to start with.
I mean, you went from 10 to 0. You had 10 people
They
there.
can still do like a Skype call with all the people.
Yeah,
who are
they
gonna
should.
watch
It
it.
was probably an easy decision. Like, guys, I don't think we should let fans come. I mean, we're gonna have to refund like $100 worth of tickets.
That's on both sides. It's $50 a side.
The Chicago State men's basketball team
Uh-oh.
will not travel
No.
for 2 regularly scheduled WAC games this week,
Again, we say whack.
and its women's team will not host 2 games. The school said late Tuesday, citing the spread of the coronavirus. They said in a statement they were making the move, quote, with the health and well-being of the campus community in mind. The university said the men's team would not travel to Seattle or Utah Valley for WAC games on Thursday and Saturday.
Well,
The WAC and Seattle declined to comment.
It's like, man,
I
I want my $50 back.
The men's basketball team, who have decided not to play their last 2 games, are 0-14 in WAC play.
That's why they didn't want to play.
4-25 overall this season.
Fellas, there's just no point.
If they were 25-4 and 14-0 in the conference,
They'd be playing that game.
they'd be playing that basketball game.
Right.
The women's team is 1-13 in conference play
Holy moly.
and 1-26
No.
overall.
Oh, my God.
We're not traveling. We ran out of
Look,
money.
we're not coming. The coronavirus. It's the coronavirus. We're not going to come play these games. The coronavirus.
Right. We would have beat y'all.
It's not because
We are horrible.
we're 1-26. It's the coronavirus.
It's the coronavirus. It's got us all shut down, man.
I think
The bus is shut down. The bus is coughing.
Chicago State's men's basketball team is evaluating whether or not they're even going to go to the WAC tournament. We might not even play in the tournament.
You know what?
Sir, you weren't invited. We're not coming.
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Exactly. Coronavirus.
But
we would have
we're
been there.
coronavirus.
Yeah. But, sir, you wouldn't. No. I
Coronavirus.
said coronavirus. 1-26.
Again,
Wow.
I understand.
I do, too.
The coronavirus is real. It's not made up. People are sick. It's bad. I get it, okay? But come on, man.
Hey, I bet you the coronavirus is going, don't blame that on me. Y'all are horrible.
If the women's basketball team was 26-1
Oh, they'd be playing.
instead of 1-26,
Right.
I promise you they'd be at that game.
You could be at the hospital with the coronavirus and they're going to play it right there.
Chicago State Athletic Director Elliot Charles said, Chicago State Athletics views our decision as a reaffirmation of the commitment to the well-being, health, and safety of our student athletes. The safety might be that we don't, look, we're going to get hurt. If we
Yeah.
go play, we're not good enough to keep up with the rest of those teams, and somebody might, pull a hammy.
I'm done.
it's going to hurt
right.
the viewers' eyes
Yeah.
from seeing that basketball.
Yeah. We're trying to protect the viewers' eyes because watching this game is really going to hurt.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus. Right. Just spread it out. So what's it called? Coronavirus?
If you'd like a Steph Curry update,
I saw it last night. It's pretty good.
he took 14 steps from his team's locker room to the tunnel that leads to the basketball court Thursday night, and then started running. He's healthy.
Oh, he's good. Did you see him play last night?
No.
Oh, he was fired.
Did he?
He was shooting the ball from the water fountain.
Was he making them?
Yeah, he was. He made 2 or 3 last right before the buzzer or the time shot clock went off. Amazing. The kid can shoot, man. He's just a shooter.
Well, he's a former MVP.
I mean, of course, yeah, and
Why? They still lost.
they still.
He missed his first shot attempt with 8 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter, a three-pointer that was a couple of feet beyond the arc. But apparently he started hitting them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, good for him. I'm glad
Yeah,
he's
me too.
back.
I'm
I
glad
mean,
he's
whatever.
16. I mean, that's not.
6 of 16.
Yeah.
How many points did he score?
23.
23.
For a first game back. That's pretty good. I mean,
But
he's Steph Curry though. I know.
he-
Yeah, he's an NBA
a
champion.
little low for him.
It is. He's getting his groove back. you know.
Yeah, man.
Him and-
It took Stella a little
I was
while.
about to say
eight.
Stella.
He was 8 for 8 in free throws.
Well, there you
Hey,
go.
Hey, man, he's been sitting at the line all day.
Welcome to the NBA.
Yeah, I bet you Shaq can't go 8 for 8.
I bet you can't either.
It's his birthday
Speaking
today
of
too.
that,
Actually,
did you see Shaq's hairline?
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Your boy lost the bet.
He had to grow
Grow
his hair out.
hairline. It's on the top of his head.
It literally, his
It's on the
hairline has
top.
receded all the way back to
To the
behind his ears.
center part of his head.
Ooh, that's bigger than Kobe's.
It was, and then he said, "I want to hear all the mean comments because I'm keeping it."
Yeah. I love Shaq, man.
Me
I
too.
love him. He's so funny. But hey, LeBron's hairline is right in the same spot, so he can't say anything.
I don't know. LeBron's magically grew back.
Yeah, his somehow or another on a magic carpet ride. I think that's what he's doing.
Just magically grew back. Come on now. I didn't think that's the way it worked. I didn't think that's the way
No,
it worked.
it ain't. He's not also a client, but he's the president of that company,
Yeah.
the hair club. I'm not also the president. I'm also a client.
Yeah. Yeah. Shaq's hairline was. Have you got it pulled up yet?
I have it pulled up.
That's
Oh, dude.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's
That's like That's as thick as that door.
dude. It's
That's
like
all
right above where his ear starts. It's just right, goes right.
It's at the top.
Yeah.
Who's gonna make fun of him?
I'm not.
Into
Who's
his
gonna
face.
see it? Who can see it?
That's
Bend
true.
down. Bend down, check. Let me see your hair.
Oh, here's my hair right here.
Well, you know,
Hey, you want to see Uncle Cracker live in concert?
I do.
Next Saturday at the Earl May Boat Basin, Rivertown Days 2020.
We'll be there.
It's the Sack Lunch Show. We'll be right back.
Visit theliftfitnessstudio.com to reserve your space today. Free yoga on the river. Free yoga on the river.
Welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show. We are closing it out for this afternoon on this wonderful Friday. Hey, don't forget the live remote tonight at 6 o'clock, or at 4 o'clock, 4 to 6, over at the Grady Cultural Center there in Cairo. You don't want to miss it out. It's Ward Davis live in concert. You need to come out and check it out with special guest Tobacco Road. That's this evening at 6 o'clock. Doors open at 6. Looking for tickets, you can still get them at warddavismusic.com or go by the City of Cairo. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming and being a part of the Sack Lunch Show today. Look for us Monday morning, Jesus and Jammin', then followed up by the Sack Lunch Show, then The Ride. You guys want to be a part of it. We appreciate your time for today. God bless. Have a great weekend. It's been the Sack Lunch Show.